Hello everyone, welcome back to Game Cave Development. So today we're going to be streaming something that I normally don't stream, which is my notes to Brandon. But one, I'd like to provide you backers with healthy and or unhealthy uh, Game Cave Development news. It's all healthy.
Insight.
Right, insight into the further development process. Plus, sometimes I'm a little mean to Brandon, and I think with the camera on, I might be nicer, maybe. And if not, it'll be fun to watch. Brandon has been basically working on 3D models for Drawover and SketchUp, and then he moved to build the ships in Maya. So a lot of the environments in SketchUp, but then as you get to like organic shapes, it's easier to kind of do it in Maya. Brandon, you've never used Maya before?
Never. Up until last week.
Right. So I gave you the digital. I buy you a digital tutor subscription, and you went and did their Maya training, right?
hmm
And fortunately for me, I actually own a copy of Maya, if you can believe it. I went to SIGGRAPH. I try to go every year. It's one of the few things I get to go as a fan. I love the technology. I don't want to, be a computer animator, but I do like going a lot. Ever since I went to the first SIGGRAPH in San Diego, which was 2003. And so I went, and they have these weird things where you walk around different booths, you see all the stuff, you put your business card in. I actually won a copy of Maya, and I was like, great, I don't even fucking need this, but there you go. So once I got you on Maya, I'm like, I can actually use our copy of Maya, yay! So I've installed a version for me too. Even though I think I think it gets a license, but I don't think anyone's going to come after me. So here's my rough drawing. Now, when I did this, I didn't do a side view, top view, bottom view. I just gave you my concept drawing for the Jolly Dagger. This is Bombcat ship. And I wanted to see if you could just take that and what you do, just look at it, build it. Mostly because when I get too many views, when you do that side view, front view thing, I don't know,
hmm
sometimes the character can be lost. I wanted to see what you could do. So after a week, you produced this rev,
hmm
which it's pretty good, and it's got a ways to go. So basic propeller modeling is really nice. Your proportions and everything are way the fuck off though. So we're going to figure out how much more I gotta sketch out for you, and then what you need to do as well, right?
hmm
So we're going to do that right now. So I'm just going to go here, and I'll just do some quick print screens. Create new, right? And then I'm going to come back and do. I could do like just a straight top view, right?
Right.
Yeah. View. See if I remember this. It's been years. View. So this is where you get to go. Ha ha, I know. View next view. I know the view. Where's my little thing up here? See, there's that little thing that's supposed to be right there. I can just jump. Oh, here it is. Oh, hold the spacebar down. There, hold the space. I remember that. There. Oh wow, and I hold the spacebar down, it mutes me.
Yeah, I was like, oh shit.
Hold the spacebar down. So where is it? You tell me.
Okay,
Right here,
to
right?
your well, if you go to your left and then down to where it has all those plus symbols, go down up a little in the middle, plus symbols on your toolbar to the left,
Oh,
down a
right
little
here.
more, right
Oh
there.
yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then you can zoom in and out from there or click on it.
So I'm registering the hand tool. That's fine. Back to print screen, and then I will pay. I'll come back here, and let's go back. Mm, that should be fine. So let's just move back. So initially, I did some very basic design notes that
hmm
we haven't had a chance to talk about yet.
Right.
And this is the line arts of the piece. So I can kind of get back to some of these shapes. and just moving out the nose is way too big, long,
Right.
right? The thing to remember is like you have this bowing thing going on in here where it's like kind of like this.
Mm-hmm.
No, it should be. Let me see. It should be more like a submarine. This is one deck, and this is like engine areas, right?
Okay.
So it should give you this feeling, but it should just kind of come in, right? So this kind of hangs out more, and this is underneath a little bit. You see what I
All
mean?
right.
So like, see if I have that upside down view. Yeah, I do. So let me just crop this image, crop, and then very quickly. So if it came in this way, you see what I mean? Like there'd
Mm-hmm.
be like a bit of a
A ridge.
space here. Yeah, a ridge of some sort. Because how it works is, here's a rough. Now these proportions aren't anywhere near correct. This is my initial roughing sketch.
Mm-hmm.
Is there's corridors up here, kitchen. Down here's the storage. So this little, I put it down here, but I moved it up when I actually built the thing. This is where she lives. This is her quarters, her room. And then she can leave and come up top hatch up here. And then there's the kitchen. And this is actually a giant screen. It's probably not perfectly into proportion. We'll have to
Mm-hmm.
work that out when it goes to model. Then it's a ridge, and then down here's your storage unit and stuff like that. So that being said, so there's that. So this needs to come down, and it might even be just a little, but it's this. This is
Mm-hmm.
like Flight of the Navigator, you know. This needs is probably this cockpit's probably a little too big right now, and it's. I think I should mention to you. I'll add exterior notes. Like, is that it sits like this, like over,
Mm-hmm.
and comes around, and then this is actually an engine room. So it's a whole piece right here
Okay.
that comes like this. So this has the feeling of being a big cockpit, but it's actually it gives the sense of that like a fighter pilot kind of cockpit, but it's much bigger. Does that make
Right.
sense? Like this is more like an egg kind of shoved in, you know? Because back here is the engine room, which is what the engine room would probably come down here. This is what this is connected to, right here,
Mm-hmm.
about that far in. That's why when I was saying like this piece is too big, it's not supposed to take up the whole backside.
Okay.
You walk in it. That's why they see the person to scale. You gotta kind of get the little person right there, right there.
Right.
The same one right here.
Right. That person looks like if you were to put her up to the windshield of the cockpit, that she
The
would just
cockpit
be.
is huge. It is.
Yeah. Okay.
It's supposed to be a big field of view, so you can see everything. It's not that
Um.
cockpit. Do you understand the door? See the door?
Mm-hmm.
The
Yeah.
size of the door hatch,
Okay.
more or less.
Right.
So it's not supposed to be a thin little thing. It's supposed to be a big window, but then it's because she has a full, almost 360-degree view when she's
Right.
inside it.
Like a boat captain when he's looking out.
Right. So that being said, this should, let me see if I can just quickly lasso this. I'll just quickly. No, the propeller is probably bigger. See what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
probably like
I had them bigger, and then I was like, oh, maybe they're too damn big, and then I made them
Yeah,
smaller.
well,
So
when the engine's that big, right?
right,
So, and we'll just modify it based on sight. I hate to give you exact dimensions because I want to see what it looks
right.
like. So that being said, you have to remember, like, going back to there's these little things right here.
Hmm.
So how I saw is, if this comes like this, right? This is like its rear lights, right? You can see how painting in silhouettes helps at this point.
Right.
Imagine this needs to be connected like this, right? To an extent. Like, it probably comes down more like this. Maybe I made that too small. Hmm. Let me see. I got something I can do to solve this problem.
Exciting world of development.
Hmm. See, like, this is what I'm trying to avoid. Look at my reference. Not my reference, but my ship. Like, this isn't supposed to come all the way out like this. It's supposed to, if you've seen the reference, dude, this is one piece that comes out like this, and
Hmm.
this is connected to that hole. And it's not accurate here. It's just like for show.
Right.
And then maybe there's little turbo boosts back there or something.
Right. Little cylinders I could add in.
Give it a little bit. You kind of get the idea what I'm going for here? Like,
Yeah.
do you? See, what I'm trying to do is if we rely too much on everything I do, here's what's going to happen. You're going to go, well, you didn't draw that. And then you're in a world of pain, Donnie. A world of pain, right? Like, the trick is to figure out what is Rob going for, and
Right.
rather than build up extra shapes, okay, like this, like that. If you see it, then you can build it, right?
Right.
So, and you got that. We started to get that way with the the malls and stuff, you know.
Yeah.
So we need to, if we're gonna spend time and energy, I need that. If it's just do exactly what I think, dude, man, we need to get to the point where I can do basic roughies and you have these different shapes you can bash on or like this, like this, like that. So I'm doing 50% of the work and you're doing 50% of the work. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm not spending all my time trying to draw a million different. Because sometimes, you know what I mean. The drawing is one thing, and then look, a Ralph McQuarrie painting of the Millennium Falcon isn't the final Falcon. Once they started sticking all the fucking model pieces on there, it wasn't smooth anymore, right?
Yeah.
So it's the same thing as what I'm trying to say, like, you know. So I just think like that back area should be like layers of like this kind of coming around that, kind of working back into here, maybe some additional boosters. Inside this, I always imagine it was um, like vent, you know, that kind of stuff.
Gotcha.
Like, you know, that's why there's those like little like lights, you know, like this,
Mm-hmm.
sticking off the sides. And then, you know, something like that. Oh, the lights are actually here. My bad.
And I think too, hopefully, with like how it was with SketchUp, where the first model was hell,
This
and
might take
then
a while to get
yeah,
through. I don't care. I just want to write.
right. That's what I'm
Maybe this
saying.
has like,
So
maybe this has like, see how this has like this? Maybe there's a
mhm.
Y configuration for these vents right here that's inverse of that. So
Okay.
this goes this way, and then, you know, these vents like this, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that isn't something I would have just arrived at sketching. You see what I mean? Like, once I
You
kind of
have to
see how
you
it's
have to see
working,
the actual building of it before you make modifications to it.
and then make sure this has curve when you go
Right.
around to build that shape.
Yeah.
And then the thing about this isn't a ball right here. These things are like these kinds of like, I'm going to show you the shape, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's these kinds of like, I call them the Mega Man shapes, right? They're not perfectly round, actually. How do I describe
Almost
it?
egg-like oval,
No. Like saucer. Like
like
if
a
you look at
dog
Mega
dish.
Man's joints, like on look at Mega Man X, the joints, the way
Mm-hmm.
they, you know, it's just like, right?
Like almost like a dog saucer.
Yeah, but just a little bit round. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's not trapezoidish. It's not harsh. And that should be a shape you permanently save and build. You know, because we'll be using a lot of that. It's like these little like gears and rings. You know, they get pulled in there. And you'll want to come up with some junk pieces to throw up in this, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to build, you know, look at, I guess you could look at just some of the parts from like Star Wars and stuff, you know. Just build some good shapes. Maybe I can concept out some part shapes or stuff, you know.
Right. Tubes, cylinders.
Yeah, that you can model out and then you can start to stuck it up in there. You know what I
Right.
mean? So like, because this area is gonna have dead space. I don't want it to be big things, so we can start to like carve it out, you know,
Right. Little
and then
lights, little.
yeah, and then fill that with extra junk. That's that part of detail that I want in there. Like you can see, there's tubes and hoses on
Mm-hmm.
my in the back, and I don't know exactly where those go right now. You know, like maybe that's like something that connects like this on one side. I don't want it to be perfectly symmetrical. Like you know, like Star Wars wasn't perfectly symmetrical. Those ships, you know.
Right. No rhyme or reason to where there's a cord or where
But
there's a
it needs to be
battery.
back here in the back where it's like, and then it's nice and clean up in the front, right? And it's got these sections of like mechanical stuff
Okay.
that give it that depth, you know. And you'll get all these PSDs, obviously. I won't just delete it and make you
Right.
watch the video. Watch the video. Give me clicks. Tell your friends. Like, I'm on the video. So that's something. Also, this right here, when you do get to it, it's more of a fin wing. So it needs to be curved. Like it actually comes like this. And this is like a bolt. Mega Man Legend style. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Actually, it's like the propeller blade in a way, right? Like cut through water kind of thing. Um, Something else. Where's my shit? Where'd it go? Where's the PSD? Oh, here it is. So something else. Make certain that when you get to this housing piece, see this right here, like it actually has a lip, you know,
Yeah, it has
not just thick. And
the
this comes in, and these are vents. And again, I reference Mega Man Legends.
mhm. Yeah, I was rewatching the how he makes like that video in the tutorial where adds that the thickness of the cylinders and stuff. That I was just trying to get the placement of the shapes, and then I'm gonna
Yeah.
add the.
These look a little too long right here. This turret, try to think of it like like it has this little like extra thing on top that it swivels. This is what turns,
Oh, okay.
right? It's not built. It's sitting on here, which would be on sort of like so. This comes so far, and then it has this extra thing, and this is what turns. The cockpit never turns.
Right, just that top cannon, the
Right.
tank, like a tank.
And she'd be sitting in there, so she has a big field of view, dude. You know?
Hmm.
Similar to like, in Oblivion, how he has a big field of view when he's in that cockpit. You know what I mean?
Oh
Like,
yeah, okay.
yeah. And then this interior piece here, this needs more of that lip, right? Um, More roundish,
Hmm.
less pointy, right? And then it needs to come in, like, it doesn't have to bulge right here, but it needs to just be in. And then remember, like, this piece comes on top. This is a separate piece, right? The headlight or the brake light or whatever you want to
Hmm.
call that, is on top. And this is going like this, so this is actually tucked underneath. See what I mean?
Gotcha. Like a car fender, like that goes over
Yeah,
it.
yeah, 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 exactly. Like a car fender. Do you have any questions about some of the other stuff, or?
No, I'm following along with it. It's easier, now that we're moving forward to where we do this, where you take what I start with, and then I can just go back and do my adjustments. Um, just thinking.
Do you still need me to sketch what it looks like overhead? Because once you start building stuff in, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like,
The only thing on the overhead, if you wanna go to the overhead, how much is that wideness good, or are you wanting it much wider? The wings, the outer side of around the
I
cockpit.
want to get the other stuff first,
Hmm.
and then I want you to send me the model so I can like, kind of look. You know what I mean? Like I think that's right, but the shape isn't right. Like right now, it's too sharp, dude. You
Maybe
know what I
too
mean?
jet.
It's not
It's too
boaty
jet
enough.
pilot.
You need to look at like again the submarine reference from like Solo to Robo, the Solo to Robo ships, right?
Hmm.
Like remember this kind of stuff? Like that's more like it's too bulbous, right? But like you know what I mean? Like see that right
Okay.
there?
Yeah, the torpedo look,
Yeah,
or submarine torpedo, same thing.
that's more submarine. Yeah, whatever, it doesn't want to load. So type in Solo to Robo ship.
I,
Solo to
I
Robo
think I
ship.
have it saved on my.
I'm pretty certain I sent you ref at one
You
point.
did. You did. I have it saved. I think I just didn't think of it when I think I was thinking more Mega Man Legend-ish than.
No, 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 no. This is just like this kind of stuff here.
Hmm.
So you need to follow this like to a T.
Okay.
Because I just like the look. It's like Nausicaa Miyazaki. It's the same
Nope.
thing he does. So, because this is just not the right shape, so I can't tell you. You know. So it's a good first stab. That's why I didn't want you to spend forever.
Right.
You know. So that's pointless right now. So that being said, I'll just merge that. That's fine.
Hmm.
And then I'll just save that as a JPEG. But today you work on that starting tomorrow. All right,
Hmm.
the ship. I don't want you again, like I said, working on YouTube stuff on the weekend. I mean, on the week or modeling on the weekends. Like use your time wisely. If you're stuck up all Friday night because you didn't do shit Monday and Tuesday, you didn't use your time wisely, right?
Correct.
So, and I'll know because there's no way you can rush this.
Right.
But I'm telling you, man, you're gonna get a lot of job offers. You just do what I tell you to do. Like, and you're doing a good job, dude. Like I said, this is a lot easier. I expected something, but this is look what you first did in SketchUp. Do I even have a picture of that? I don't
Uh,
think I do.
Probably not.
So, I mean, having never used Maya, dude, you're already further along. No one's gonna be able to tell, dude, that you're a newbie to this.
Right. That I've only been doing it for a week or two.
But the trick isn't to think about what the program can do and how to use it. The trick is to figure out what you're trying to create, right? And then
Yeah.
I'm like the guy who's like, no, it's more like this. And then you kind of focus on these pieces, and then you know what I mean? And so long as it's modular, it's not one big piece, we can move stuff around and scale it, right? Just
Right.
shove this over there, that over there, because we don't have to actually animate this stuff right now. If you were going to build an animation-friendly version, you'd take your whatever you end up making and making a new version. But you don't have to worry about that right now. I mean, you could just shove the whole fucking thing together in one big group and move that around. But you can't like paint it and shit like that. So I'm not worried about all that. What I'm just interested in is getting these details right.
Right.
These undercarriages, getting these things correct. And I don't even know how this might be out of scale right here. You know what I mean? Because I just painted them in. But we'll see. You know what this stuff looks like. But I think once it's complete, it'll have a good look. You know what I mean? It'll have a cool. You're gonna want one. You're gonna be like, can I just print this shit out? Like, can I? So, you good? Do you have any other questions?
No, no, that was very thorough. Now I just have to take it and make it.
Well, let's do it again next week, and we can record another video, and then I can. This allows us to actually keep the Game Cave thing updated. I don't want to sit in a whole saying I'm working on stuff.
Right. It actually
And,
shows people that we're doing it, and it shows people that you didn't just say you brought me along. This is really me trying to work it. So.
and we're also working together. Do me a favor too. In Maya, I need you to create a figure for reference, scale
Oh, a
reference,
person.
just like we did with SketchUp, so that I can walk you. We can actually put it next to things and see what that is.
Mm-hmm.
Because like I said, it's one thing when it's a drawing, but when you actually model it, things start to shift, right?
Right.
So yeah, build a little something. It doesn't have to be insanely detailed. You know what I mean?
Right.
So there you go, dude. All right, man. Until next time, Brandon. Where can people find you?
On Twitter or Instagram at Lead Heavy.
And always, you can see us on the YouTube or the Facebook. Make sure you check out the YouTube channel, sketchcraft.com, or the Facebook. Thanks, backers. Talk to you next week. Bye.